Life is mostly panicking until the plane hits the ground.
You know what would be a funny business? Is a business that makes bags of carrots, but they're really Cheetos.
Hey, listen, when your friends died in Iraq, you were stressed. It wasn't that bad. You went through too much stress. You were stressed. It wasn't as bad as you remember it. Wait, did we even mess with the levels? Did I mess with the levels?
No.
I think we're okay. It looks fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
maybe,
see the
maybe
thing.
bump it up a little bit.
Bump
Mine
yours
up a little bit. Yeah.
Mine
that seems fine.
Mine's probably good, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure we got that on recording.
BTS.
BGS, we're both hungry.
BTK.
Grant because he's fat, and me because I'm on a diet.
Yeah. And why are you on a diet? Because I'm not on a diet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're just naturally fat.
Yeah, I get.
And
well, if you're naturally fat, wouldn't you go on a diet?
I'm really trying not to be fat, and so that's where I'm
coming
from.
We've gotten a lot of feedback from the feedback from the pod world, and one of it was there's not enough eating, so we're trying.
Yeah, we're trying to eat more.
Trying to eat more. Okay, we've been away for a little bit.
Well, this is the second episode back, and we didn't mention it the last one.
Yeah, well, who cares?
All right.
We've been away for a little bit, but we're back in action for another episode of
Call Him Father.
Welcome.
Welcome.
How are you guys? Leave a little comment down in there and tell us how you are.
Yeah.
Once you clean your hands off.
Oh, come on.
I think
something you do when you do that. Do you get it all over your hands?
well, remember, I haven't done it in a really long time.
Is that you or me that hasn't done it in a long time?
We both haven't.
Well, I've yeah.
Did you break?
I haven't broke. I'm about 2.5 weeks clean now, but still, but still no porn.
Yeah,
Haven't broken the porn streak.
that's great. I think that's way better.
That's what I was telling myself when I was in it.
Yeah,
when I was jerking it, and I was like, but no porn.
Yeah,
so
when I was
it's good.
smoking cigarettes,
no porn, guys, and ladies. The ladies.
When I was smoking cigarettes, I was like, oh well, it's not alcohol. I'm only having a few.
Yeah, well, also, like, isn't AA riddled? I mean, aren't certain groups riddled with cigarette smokers?
Yeah, but for me, that's not what it's about. I genuinely don't like the effect of nicotine a lot of the time.
Oh, interesting. But don't you Zyn?
Yeah, but it's like the strangest addiction is I do not enjoy it.
Oh,
But it's just not being myself.
oh, I
It's
see.
enough of a tilt.
Right.
To at least it's better than being bored, being anxious and poopy.
Interesting. I guess, yeah, anxiety is really the driver of it all, huh?
Yeah, especially like my girlfriend is off of caffeine, and you really you just see how much of because caffeine just is makes you anxious. It reduces your adenosine levels, which makes you less sleepy, but it also raises your cortisol levels, which just makes you stress. And you just see how much of our motivation is based off of just fuck, I gotta do something.
Yeah, dude. A lot of it's just life is mostly panicking until the plane hits the ground.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
mostly what life is. Like, people are, we're all on the plane, we're all going down, and people are opening their luggage and they're making sure they have the right shirt or whatever. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
None of that matters.
None of this matters. Whoa.
Whoa, you might say that. I don't think you'd say that.
I don't think I'd say that.
All right.
I just don't know what it matters for.
Right, but you believe that it matters for something, and you're on the journey to figure out.
Oh, that was another
what?
interesting conversation I had. Was someone was telling me I mean, if you're looking for God, you believe in Him. You don't look for something that you don't
think exists.
Exists, yeah. So I mean, it's simple, but it does kind of restructure my thinking of I'm I wouldn't be putting effort into this if there wasn't.
Worst case scenario, the bottom of that scenario is you hope He exists.
Yeah.
Right. And hope is, where does hope come from? I don't even know.
Fear again. I think fear again. Because you
might be right, but I just instinctually I don't like that answer because it makes it seem like it's negative.
But maybe fear isn't that negative. We have a negative connotation to it, but
well, fear I think is really helpful in a lot of ways. But also I've seen people feed into it and justify fear in every case because of the biological thing.
Yeah.
They're like,
carrots?
fear's always good. Oh, you want carrots? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, fear's always good
for the
because
ASMR.
it keeps us from, it keeps us, it's a biological thing that keeps us from danger. And it's like, all right.
It also kills you. It gives you cancer.
Yeah, it kills you cancer. It gives you cancer. It also keeps you from growing in so many ways. And I'm not talking about anyone specifically.
It fucks your memory up.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I'm not, it messes with you really bad. It messes with your memory? What do you mean?
The amygdala is your fear center. It's also like a big part of how you form memories. And when you're overstimulated in your amygdala, you have, so like you're really afraid, you are very, very bad at forming memories. That's why like firsthand accounts of like crimes are so often really muddled.
Can it go back and change? It goes back and changes memories?
I couldn't speak to that, but like I know that it affects your ability to form memories, like accurate memories.
Okay. Interesting.
You want the like right amount of stress when you're forming a memory. Too little and it doesn't create enough
Doesn't
of like
stick.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
too much and
Makes
you
it
have PTSD basically.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
you way too much
Hey.
and you just don't remember being 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, when your friends died in Iraq, you were stressed. It wasn't that bad. You went
were
through too much
stressed
stress. You were
out.
stressed. It wasn't as bad as you remember it.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys, it's cool.
But yeah.
Well, wait, the hope thing. Yeah, hope comes from that. But I think it can be indicative of some truth, deeper truth. The reality that we all have this sense of anxiety. I was talking to Jack about that, Jack Barth. I was talking to one of my friends about that.
Jack Bath.
Jack Barth. I was talking to him about this the other day. About like the desire, the fact that we are looking for something, that we do want something, like maybe that's indicative of a truth. It's not just random,
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's so hard to podcast and eat,
Yeah, it's almost like people
But
don't do that very often.
but the monkey in me prefers eating over podcasting.
Even when it's something like carrots. I'm gonna have
You're
some.
talking all this shit about carrots. I think they're good.
I'm gonna have some almonds, dude. I like carrots. They're okay, but dude, I had a salad yesterday.
Hey,
Took so much effort to eat it. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm chewing 1,000 times more than if I had a Snickers right now.
you got to do dinosaur time.
Dinosaur time?
Dinosaur time, it's a new term to me, but it's a thing I've been doing forever. Just a handful of spinach in my face like a pill.
Oh, I do that.
That's dinosaur time.
Oh, I do that, man. I put the handful and then I put it on my plate. I do a couple handfuls on my plate,
Uh-huh.
and then I can do little fingerfuls and
Oh, I go one ball, smush,
smush and jam.
and jam. Like
Wow.
I'm loading a musket
Yeah,
full of nutrients.
just jam it down your throat. Yeah, I get that. I got to do something, man. I mean, I'm eating better, but also when I have low blood sugar, it's really hard because I get so damn hungry.
Maybe that's what I have. I have low blood sugar all the time.
You could have hypoglycemia. I mean, how do you feel? What are the symptoms?
Sleepy all the time.
Okay, not quite that.
Really?
but Not really. It's not sleepy. It's more hungry than you've ever been in your entire life every time.
No, it's just kind of like I think it's like,
And like you get shaky and you feel weak and you can't think straight.
just kind of an insatiable thing.
All right. I don't think you have it. But yeah, there's a lot of symptoms that go along with it. And then you're like, if I eat chocolate right now, I'll live forever.
Yeah.
And it's not forever. It's just the next 5 minutes. And then you feel better. And then you're like, oh no, I had way too much sugar just now.
Yeah.
It's not good.
But chocolate, here's the thing about all this healthy food that we're eating, which sucks.
By the way, you can't see this. We got carrots. We got raw almonds, not roasted, not salted,
roasted, not
nothing.
salted,
Raw
nothing.
almonds and blueberries, organic,
Yeah.
Driscoll.
It's an impressive spread.
It's a real spread. We also got a big thing of Poland Spring water and LaCroix.
But you eat this and you never feel like I think I'm just so used to getting full and feeling fatigue. Like that's what fullness is to me.
Oh,
is my
yeah.
body literally shutting down so that it can
fuel.
process
Right.
the level of gluten and dairy I just put inside of it and meat. And so you eat this stuff and you're just I've been eating healthier and you just don't get that full. And then you have like one ice cream bar and you're like, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. When I have an ice cream bar, I'm like, I'd like another ice cream bar.
No, yeah, because it tastes good, but you feel satiated.
I will say yesterday I had this salad along with a Huel shake that I got when I was out.
Yeah, I know Huel.
So I got Huel and this good salad, protein salad from Sweet Green, right? I was full after, like actually like really full.
That's because you drank concrete.
Yeah. And I was full.
Huel is like mortar.
Just
Yeah.
falls down. And
It's
if
as
you
heavy
don't,
as it sounds.
if you're not spinning while you drink it, it's just gonna set.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna set.
It's gonna like just spit carrot on your couch.
Yeah, it's just gonna sit and it's gonna be bad. But yeah, I was so full, and then later that night I had low blood sugar, and I was like, oh, I'm hungry again. But then I drank a little bit of apple juice. My blood sugar went up, and I was like, oh, I'm not hungry.
Yeah,
I'm not hungry, actually. It was just my blood sugar saying you have to eat something. Because that's another thing. I have 20 years now of being a diabetic, and I have to rewire this thing of like when I have low blood sugar, I don't need to eat like crazy. I don't have to. I could bring those into here.
You've only had it for 20 years?
Only 20 years.
I thought you had it from birth.
Only 20 out of my 29 years. No, I got it when I was 9.
Were you angry at God?
No. That's never. I mean, I've been angry at God for other reasons, but not that.
Really? Not for diabetes?
No.
Well, why do you say it like that? That's
I
not
don't know,
that obvious of a response.
Never even occurred to me to be upset
Are you angry now that I've told you?
at God. Hold on. What the hell? Hi, why'd you do this? No,
You're good blueberries.
yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the biggest difference in terms of organic foods,
Is in blueberries?
I think so. When you have regular blueberries,
Ooh,
you're like,
that's a
fine."
good.
But organic blueberries, dude, are like light years better than regular blueberries. It's crazy.
I think that might be true.
They're so good. I worked on a certified, or I worked on a
Certified pedophile.
certified blueberry farm, regenerative farm,
Oh, nice.
and even like
Oh, like a permaculture farm.
I don't know what permaculture is.
Like it's like structured in a way where like crop rotation is
Yes.
like built into the whole system of the
Yes.
farm. And
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
it's
Got it.
about like tending the soil while you get your fruits and shit.
Exactly. Yeah. It's regeneratively organic, which is like beyond USDA organic.
Nice.
And you could compare our blueberries to the even organic blueberries, and they were even better than that.
Wow.
It was like they were the best blueberries I've had in my life.
Yeah.
They're so good.
USDA is like basically like, is there gas in it? And then you're like, no, and they're like, okay, USDA.
Yeah, basically, it's like, hey, have you sprayed any herbicides or pesticides on this in the last 3 years?
Yeah.
No, it takes 3 years to become USDA organic, and in that time period, you're considered certified transitional. So you're certified transitional, then you're USDA, and then beyond that, there's no certification for regenerative yet. I'm sure, or maybe there is, and I'm just unfamiliar with it. But like, yeah, that's like beyond organic, and they're so good. They're so
really
good.
good.
Yeah,
That's like an area of life.
like your knees in front of your face.
I'm not there yet, but being a little bit better about like going to a farmer's market instead of the. It's just so much extra, but man, if you do eat good food, you feel a lot better.
Yeah, I want
And
that.
it's not
man.
like it's hard. It's just
Well-
not. It's just not candy. It's really just not candy.
Yeah. Last night when I got home at like 11 or something. The Padre game was still on. I was going to come back and watch it. And I normally I get off the train, I take a left, I go to the bodega, I get my dibs.
Yeah.
Every night of the week, doesn't matter.
Damn, dibs are good.
Dibs are so good. At the bodega we were just at.
It takes all the great qualities of snack foods and
Jams
puts
them into
that
one.
into ice cream.
Bite-sized ice cream, still crunchy, cold,
Oh, my
vanilla.
God,
oh,
dude.
it's the best. It's hot outside right now.
I
Oh,
could destroy dibs right
Oh
now.
man, they go. Oh, should we kill the AC? By the way, I don't think it's really picking up anything. But
Nah.
okay, dude, unreal. Just didn't do it. Just didn't get him.
Nice.
Didn't get him. And you know what? Totally fine.
Totally fine for now.
No problem happened,
Where the cravings come.
dude. Well, I'm having the cravings right now because I have low blood sugar.
Blueberries.
blah, blah, again, but then not a Snickers bar.
But you need to eat like this entire thing to even get close to a Snickers bar. Like a Snickers bar has like.
No, you probably need to eat like a third of this to get to a Snickers bar. But like
in terms of sugar, but in terms of actual
satiation.
I
don't know, man. I eat a Snickers bar, 0% satiated.
Really?
I could eat a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth.
What's the most Snickers bar you've ever eaten?
What? How many have I?
Yeah, in one go.
Just one. I don't ever do that. But like, okay,
Well, then fucking shut up.
But I could easily.
Okay.
But just the moral aspect of me is like, that's wrong.
That's immoral.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't buy
It's funny, like
multiple
there are
Snickers
like moral
bars.
feelings about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like eating a half a bag of chips, but like a big bag of Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Any more is morally wrong.
Yeah, if you feel gross.
It goes against something.
This isn't what I should do. Like when I was when I was in high school and I was like spending the night at a friend's house, what we would do, or they were spending the night at my house, we'd walk to the 7-Eleven by my place. I would get a king size Snickers, a king size M&Ms, and a king size Twix and a Gatorade. And I would house
It's like 1,000 calories of sugar.
Oh, it's way beyond that. Way beyond that.
Okay.
And at 2 a.m., I would just house all of that. It's
That's crazy.
So easy. So easy. And I could eat more easily. But I was like, and because at first when I was a kid, I was like, when I had my own money, I was like, oh, I'm never just buying one candy ever.
Yeah.
Because when you have one, you want two. So I always get two. And then you always go king size because why not king size? And then when you're out late, you're like, well, why not three? Then you get three and a Gatorade to wash it all down.
That's really gross.
I mean, it was awesome. And I was
disgusting.
skinny. I weighed 180 pounds. Wham! I guess that's not skinny. That's like regular size. But
How old were you?
I don't know, 16, 17.
Yeah, I guess that is normal size for 180.
Yeah,
I had to really
6'1".
work hard to be 180.
Oh, dude, I did my BMI the other day at the gym. Did the in-body thing. Took my BMI. BMI is 29, which is 1 point away from obese. I'm at the top of overweight. I'm nearly obese.
That's rough.
BMI wise, I'm almost obese.
Body mass index. That's not like the percentage of your body that is fat.
No, my
right?
percentage body fat was 21% body fat.
So you're a fifth of you is fat.
Yeah, roughly 46 pounds.
That's crazy.
Because I weighed 222.
That's crazy.
I weighed 222, 46 pounds of fat. But that's the thing. If I lose 20 pounds, right, then let's round it down to 200. If I go down to 200,
Yeah.
now it's like 26 pounds of that fat. Like I'm still 14% body fat, 13% body fat.
But that's not bad, 14%.
10% body fat is like, you're damn fit. Like 13%.
Yeah.
If I got down to 17%, I'd be like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
There you go.
You know?
No, it's just wild that like when you say it out loud, I'm
Yeah.
20% body fat. Like 1/5 of me is fat. It's just, I mean, there's people
It's not
who are
making
like,
me feel anything, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
that doesn't make you go, whoa.
No.
But I guess
that's
even
totally,
like,
I totally get that.
even for 10% body fat, like 1/10 of me being fat,
Yeah.
I guess sounds.
It's crazy because that's skin tight. That's someone who's like in really
Yeah,
good
exactly.
shape. Yeah.
You got a bunch of fat around your organs and shit, but I guess, yeah.
But all of my fat
Blows
is
my
right here in my stomach.
Yeah, around your organs.
Just right here, dude. Nowhere else in my body do I have. I have probably some on my jowls. or whatever.
Jowls.
Yeah, but jowls is really bad. I wish I had I've always wished I had a nice jawline.
Yeah, it's also the
it's
most.
not in my body.
It's the most fat sounding word.
Jowls.
Jowls.
I'd assume if someone just said, "Where are your jowls?" and I didn't know,
I would
I'd
think it's my gunt.
I'd assume it was my lower leg, like around here, your jowls,
Yeah.
or like here's your jowls.
It sounds like a cut of marbled beef.
Yeah. Oh, jowl.
Jowl steak.
Yeah, jowl steak. That sounds good. I'd eat a jowl steak.
Do you want to rate yourself?
Oh, sure. Religious, same thing. 8. Oh, you lost the blue.
I know
Greg.
where it is.
Thankfully, it blends in. And then spiritually, I put myself at like a 5, probably. It's been on and off. Again, kind of like times are more difficult again. And it's weird because it's helpful, but it still sucks. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm drinking from the ow. Do you ever just have random pains in your face? Like I feel like my hair got pulled.
Face, but I get them all the time.
I feel like a hair got pulled out of my mustache, and I was just talking. I don't know what's.
And I'm so dramatic. I'm always like, I'm having a stroke. It doesn't matter where the pain is. I'm like, that's cancer. I'm having a stroke.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I just golly, that hurt. Ow. I'm drinking from the water that I always should be drinking from, but I'm not when things are good. When things are good, I'm like, when I'm happy, I'm like, yeah, woo! And then I'm upset and sad, and I'm like, oh, I should pray and talk to God more. And it always helps. He's never not shown up for me. Mm-hmm. It's always been amazing. And I'm like, why don't I always do this? Why don't I always do this?
But you're saying you do it.
I do it when times are hard.
Oh, you're saying why don't I do this when times are good?
Yeah, when I'm happy and times are good, why don't I keep doing this?
I mean, you don't use jock itch cream when you don't have a little male yeast infection.
Dude, that stuff burns but feels good too.
What? It burns?
You're not using what I'm using.
What are you using?
I'm using jock itch stuff. I'm praying, and you goes, and you're like, ow!
Oh, you're spraying.
Hurts so bad. Oh yeah.
I'm just talking about regular clomitraminazole or whatever it's called.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but anyways, it feels good. Hurts so good, but yeah. So I'm trying to get back on track in that regard, and it's.
Well, how do you do that? Like by other than just saying, I'm trying to get. Like, do you have a schedule or?
Yeah, doing my daily devotionals, and then praying. Really praying, like reading scripture is really important, but also spending time intentionally with God through prayer for me is like the best way that I can get back on track and just kind of recenter my life and to understand put things back in perspective. It's like who God is, how God feels about me. Yeah. And then to put everything in the context of that, to be like, okay, this really difficult thing is happening, but I know that God loves me and will not abandon me. And everything in my life is happening for good. And a lot of the things in my life that really upset me, and I'm trying to parse through this right now, don't even have directly to do with me. Like they do affect me. But I want God to love X, Y, or Z person, and for A, B, and C to happen, and it's not. And I feel like I'm seeing these people drowning, and I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna do anything?" And it's just not happening, and that bothers me. Yeah. And then I need to remember, like, I'm not God. I don't save people.
Yeah, that can be tough to remember.
It's not my job to save people. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
I just got to keep, telling God what I want and trust that the right thing will happen and my desires will change if they need to, you know?
I think that's what the purpose is. You're here to do your own thing and see what happens.
Yeah, but doing I'm not saying you're wrong, but even just the phrase "do your own thing" bothers me.
Because it doesn't include God.
No, it's not. No, I think it does include God doing your own thing, but it is like, yep, I'm a solopreneur. I'm on my own. And it's like, well, I think we're called to be in a community and we're called to like love people and help people and like look after people. Uh-huh. And so in my mind, I'm like, well, if I have friends who are hurting or whatever, I should do something about it.
Yeah.
And if my friends are living a way that's really hurting them, I should do something about it. And a lot of it's like, no, but you can't. I mean, we've talked about this before. People change on their own. They'll change, or you can't force change.
You can nudge, you just can't.
Right.
You can't force.
And that's my problem is a nudge. I don't nudge.
Yeah.
I shove, and it just ends up hurting. Because when someone's shoving and you're resisting, then when they stop shoving, they go further back than they were, because of the resistance.
Sometimes, or you do that trick where you shove for a little bit and they push against you and then you let go and then they fall.
That's what I'm saying. That's happens.
Towards you.
No, but I'm talking about shoving someone towards another direction, like of living, of life. Uh-huh. And then it's just the resistance pushes the other way, and then it's like it ends up more pain and suffering, and I get upset because it's not going the way I want. And it's like, yeah, but I need to give that to the Lord and trust that the Lord hears me and that matters to Him.
Yeah.
Because it's just a lot of frustration and like feeling desperate and sad and stuff, but just giving that to God. Ultimately, He's always showed up for me in like a real emotional sense, like I am actually I am happier after doing that. It's not just like, okay, God, it's like I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm encouraged, in a real way.
You won't like this, but I was thinking about how doing the daily devotional is probably like a really valuable thing for just anchoring you
Yeah.
And I was, it could be funny to try and set something like that, but it's with like a totally different book, like with Flat Stanley. Like doing a daily, like
Do you pray to Flat Stanley, or do
I don't
you?
think you pray, but it's like, okay, this is its own thing for sure. I'm not saying that this is the same as Flat Stanley.
Wait, listen. If they were the same, I would say this is way too much work.
Yeah,
This
sure.
is way too
This
much
could have
work.
been a lot
If we
thinner.
could have just been reading Flat Stanley.
We didn't need to get the directions of the tabernacle in 3 different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we'll talk about later. But how would a person's life be if they did daily devotionals to Flat Stanley? Because I think one of the biggest things about religion that is good is there is a moral and a narrative consistency that people can always refer back to keep them moored. So what if the mooring was
Flat Stanley.
R.L. Steiner or Flat Stanley?
I gotta say, I think that having routine is really good. And I think routine's crucial. You need routine.
Dude, maybe I should run that as an experiment.
You gotta
I
run.
have ChatGPT set up a Flat Stanley devotional for a year, and I see how much
How
better my
about
life
we just
gets.
do this for a year first?
Okay,
and then we run the Flat Stanley year.
I'm just saying.
Let's reach a year, and then we'll pivot to a Flat Stanley podcast.
Okay.
I think here's what I really think would happen is I think you'd read it and you'd be like, yeah, there's some good morals in this book.
Yeah.
And then you'd feel a lot of pressure about having to live up to those morals. And then when you didn't, it would have no rat.
Do you think I would
feeling
feel
good.
a lot of pressure to live up to the morals of Flat Stanley?
Yeah. Because that's the morals we're all trying to live up to anyways, right? And we don't.
Of Flat Stanley?
Frankly, I forget the book, but his whole point is to be a good person.
Yeah?
I'm just assuming that.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's for kids.
Don't get run
probably.
over by a steamroller. And then inevitably, when you do get run over by a steamroller, you're going to be like, what was I doing?
Kind of a resurrection story.
Sure. He got
Gets
blown
run
back
over
up.
by a steamroller, and then he perseveres.
Right. But he didn't get run over by a steamroller on behalf of everyone else who deserved to.
But you don't remember that part of the story.
It wasn't sacrificial,
I don't. It could have been
such as Jesus's. Flat Jesus.
Flat Jesus.
That's the Christian version of Flat Stanley.
Yeah, Flat Jesus.
lived a perfect life, got rolled over by a steamroller
And gets pressed into the wood.
on behalf of everybody else. And yeah, no, I think routine's really good. I think that Flat Stanley has some good morals behind it. I'm sure, but it would not offer any hope or salvation. It would just be another rule you'd have to live by that you would then fail, and then you'd feel bad. And there'd be no salvation from feeling bad other than your own effort, which is what Christianity saves you from, is your own effort
Okay.
and the realization of your own failure.
We'll
Where
see.
you can realize your own failure, but then there's hope in that. There's hope from being saved from your failure,
Sure.
which is beautiful.
I mean, again, I have to really look at the speciids of Flat Stanley to see if there is maybe some salvific stuff in
Which,
there.
to be fair, I don't know the book backwards and forwards, so
Yeah.
I'll dive into it too, and we can
We'll
see what
see.
we come up with.
We'll round back out.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
Ooh, haven't really been going to church.
But you went to the Sequoias. It was beautiful.
Yeah, man, it really was beautiful. I don't know. You're not. I was joking around a lot of like, man, it's so nice that God made all this stuff for us. But it is just like the fact that it's the human like attraction to like the environment is a strange thing. And it's also weird that so many people don't give a fuck about it. Like, it's strange to have such a powerful experience by just like, I get so calm when I'm either by the ocean or by mountains.
Yeah.
And some people are just like, no, there's a lot of rare earth minerals that could be gotten out of there.
Yeah, those are probably people either who live around it a ton, so they're like they're dissociated to it, or they're people that don't live around it at all, and they don't live in the environment that is changing, right? Because I guarantee you, if someone lives in the mountains and loves it, they don't want to mind the mountain they live in.
Yeah.
With huge machinery or whatever. And also, like, if you think about gold mines back in the day, that didn't destroy the whole planet. That just, maybe a little bit of the mountain they're in, but like there's so much of it.
But that's just because they didn't have the scale.
Yes, exactly. So, but I think if they knew the scale that things would destroy, which even now it's like, I don't know. Yeah, scale is such a crucial thing to talk about, but I can't because I don't know it enough.
Well, anyway, but yeah, it was really cool, and it does give you serenity, which maybe that's a religious experience, but or it's definitely a spiritual one.
Yeah.
But and then you see like the redwoods, big fucking trees,
Huge trees.
and you're just like, oh, this tree is like 1,000 years old.
Yeah,
that
very
is
old.
that's something in and of itself. But I
should chop it down.
yeah, we should be able. We should hollow it out so we can drive a car through.
Yeah,
it
did you go through that?
No,
Yeah.
I think that's on the north side of the park.
Yeah, I've gone through that before.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
But yeah, they're very impressive, and I was with my friends, which is nice. I surfed a little bit, which is nice. All this to say, I haven't really gone to church. I read a little bit of that religion book, but it's so dense, I just
Religion
forget
book?
so much of it. A History of God.
History of God. Yeah.
And I looked in a little bit more about the documentary hypothesis of like how the Pentateuch, how do you say that? Pentateuch, how the Pentateuch was like written. Like they think it was 4 different authors kind of over time conglomerating together.
Not Moses.
Not Moses. It's just one hypothesis but that's the one that she subscribes to.
Okay.
But that doesn't make me feel particularly aligned with any certain religion. I guess I would still say 2. And then spirituality.
They'll still say 2. You were at 3 at one point. Let's
Really?
not forget. Let's not forget the
think I was
bright
going
history of 3. Come on.
I think I was going to church more.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I haven't really had I guess maybe part of why the downgrade is like I haven't really had an interest lately. It hasn't. The thought hasn't occurred to me.
Yeah.
Spirituality. I don't know. I'd put it at a 6. There's I'm looking.
6 is great. That's higher than me.
Really?
I've said 5.
Wow. Why do you sound like Jerry Seinfeld?
Sorry, I don't know.
I said 5.
Who have I been hanging out with? I've been hanging out with Zach Vandergriff. I've been hanging out with Alex. I've been hanging out with, just start.
Does Alex sound like Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah, we have moments where you go, I said 5,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 6 just because whenever I do my meditation or my prayer, I'm into it. I'm like trying.
That's great.
And whenever I'm reading about this type of stuff, I'm trying. I started listening to Living Buddha, Living Christ. Have you ever heard of that? By Thatch Nut Hut or whatever. Thich Nhat Hanh.
Oh, Thich Nhat Hanh? Fat Nut Hut? Woo! Yeah, that was his pseudonym when he didn't want anyone to know it was Thich Nhat Hanh, Fat Nut Hutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I have not read anything by him.
I started listening to that on an audiobook. And
cool.
Some interesting thoughts because I think there's a lot of stuff in Christianity and in Buddhism, and this is, I think, the point of the book, that are simpatico.
Sure. Yeah.
And so there's some interesting that. But the overall point is like I'm looking, and I think that's a good thing to do.
You know who likes Thich Nhat Hanh?
Who?
Joe List.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mr. AA himself.
I like those little books that he does. You know, he has all these little books that are like very simple, like how to focus, how to listen, and then it's integrated in Buddhism. Buddhism just has a lot of interesting stuff for, like, we were talking about this on the trip, but like in terms of how to live moment to moment, Buddhism is the one. In terms of like how to deal with the moment to moment up and down experience of being humans. And then on a grander scale, it seems like more rigid religions like this are more successful.
What do you mean?
Like in terms of getting through the, like, how up and down life is, this idea of searching for nirvana or serenity in the sense of acceptance of like whatever the moment is, that seems like, and maybe this is not apart from what Christianity says,
right?
That seems like a very effective way to be, like trying to be mindful as much as possible and present, which is like the focus of Buddhism, makes sense for like living in the day.
So is that in a maybe it's not defined, but is that in an emotional way or an intellectual way?
I think it's
being present.
I think it's kind of trying to reconcile your intuition and your intellect with how life is from moment to moment.
Okay.
That's the best way I could try and say it.
Because I think Christianity does that really well. It tells you to be present. But I think a lot of people use God as an excuse because Buddhism doesn't have like maybe this idea of a God, but just kind of life generally.
Yeah.
You plug into the present really well. Sure. A lot of Christians, I think, we're called to do that, to plug into life in that way, but we call it God a lot of the times, and then we cast it off like, oh, God will take care of this. So it's almost like checking out of life in a way, instead of diving in and being like, what is this this experience that I'm doing, like Buddhism tells you to. I think Christianity does tell you to be present, but we say, oh, well, God will fix whatever this issue is. So then you kind of distract.
Or not fixing it. There's like
or not fix it because you're saying, well, God will do it.
Okay.
And so it's instead of, I think,
but they kind of say that it's like it is like whatever happens will happen, and it's this,
in a way. But also you say, well, God will fix this problem. So instead of engaging with the problem, you distract from it. So it kind of depends on what direction you go, whether you're avoidant or whatever.
I guess what we were talking about is like there's a lot more specific rules, at least that we know about. Again, like it's a depth of knowledge thing, but like in terms of like the gist of Christianity from our understanding of the people in this car versus the basic understanding of like Christianity and Judaism, there's more rigid rules and specific rules in these practices that probably make like forming a life in a society easier. Yeah. Whereas in terms of like, how do I get through this moment now in a way that's not only like just endurance, but like drawing from it, our knowledge of it was that Buddhism is better for that.
Yeah, in terms of, but I guess I really don't know too much about Buddhism. Do they give like practices, like to meditate, like to breathe?
Like meditate, being mindful in every moment.
What's being mindful even? I feel like that's hard. That's like
it's like the hardest thing on earth, dude.
Yeah, it was like to be just to like be physically present, or to like
it's to be present in like all forms. To not be thinking about the past or the future, but to just be sitting in and experiencing whatever's going on in the moment, kind of like as this continual process.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because all your fears are based on the future, what could go wrong in the future,
right?
And that's informed by like the traumas of the past,
right?
And so if you're living in the present moment, the unmovable mist of the future is not coloring your present moment, and the bad stuff of the past is not coloring your present moment. So you're really intaking exactly what's going on.
Which I think that's interesting, because that what it made me think of is death of ego, right? Because your past is what makes you up, and the future is what you will be. Which, to be fair, it's an anxiety of what you will be a lot of the times. Our present moment,
or an aspiration,
right? Or an aspiration. And to live in the present is to deny the past that you've lived, not in a negative way, but like to deny the anxieties that brings you.
Yeah.
Of what might happen, and to just forget your ego, live in this moment without that.
Yeah.
Which I think is helpful, but also, I don't know, I contend with it in a bit, because it's basically like denying a part of who you are in a way. And that, I think, makes you maybe lose something.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it's like out of my depth, because I don't know what a Buddhist would answer to this. I'm just saying the general...
I bet they wouldn't have a good answer.
Yeah, probably not. I'm just saying the general principle and focus of mindfulness and presence versus like more specific rules in terms of how you live your life on a micro and a macro scale.
Sure. I mean, yeah, that's the number one thing Christianity is known for worldwide, unfortunately, is the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's like, yep, the 10 Commandments, and you got to do that or feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
like,
asterisk.
It's like, damn it.
Yeah.
That's not what we're... That was not what Christ told us to bring into the world. A bunch of rules that make people feel shameful.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's the part we've been really good at, and I myself have been very good at that part too. Especially when I was younger. It's a big don't do that, don't do that.
Yeah, when you were holding those signs at dead soldiers' funerals.
Yeah, for sure. When I was like, hey, they deserved it. You know, what they
deserved it because we allowed gay marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Gay marriage brings death in the Middle East, and so. Which actually, never mind.
Interesting. It might be worse to leave that open.
All right. I was going to say the Middle East, a lot of the Middle East doesn't like gay marriage, and they'll kill gay people over there. Of course. But that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So in a roundabout way. But anyways.
That's true.
That is true. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
I don't think anybody's contesting that happens sometimes.
Yeah. I was gonna say what gay marriage brings death in the Middle East. Never mind. I forgot the train of thought.
That's okay.
As
long as you got it out
in a way
where
that
people
made me look a little bit better
than what the imagination could have done.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, I'm gonna start using our feet as like the Men in Black wipe memory wipes. Like, let's move on. You guys don't need to clip that.
Isn't that what we got roasted for? Is leading into the feet thing?
They were just joking. Oh, so
right.
News from Bed, Patty DeFino, James Donlin, really funny.
You guys probably
podcasters.
know of it.
You guys,
it's on the same playlist.
There's a guy who he's also in our comments. He's in their comments.
Yeah, really?
He's once known as Tight Gripper.
Oh,
now he's like Veracruz or something.
Oh, okay.
Vertigo or something. We appreciate your followship or whatever.
Thanks, man.
But he was in there. But yeah, they were criticizing our framing, our lack of
background
set. We have no good set.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's my apartment. It's his apartment
and also
too,
they did not think that this was your apartment. They refused to accept that this was your apartment
because it's too good.
Because it's nice. I think it was something like that.
Suck it, Patty.
Plus they thought that was a picture of me because they think I'm a narcissist.
Oh,
yeah.
No, you do have pictures of yourself in your apartment, but
who doesn't?
I mean, I don't have pictures of anybody in my apartment, and that's an Iron and Wine album. All right, that's Sam Bean.
Anyway, but Josh, we only have 20 minutes left to talk about the last 5 chapters of Exodus.
Oh no, it's going to be so easy.
Fuck, I don't think that's enough time to talk about something that we've kind of already talked about ad nauseum.
Yeah, exactly. And most of the thing we talk about is how are we going to talk about this?
Yeah,
the tabernacle, it got built.
Anyway, that's the last bit of Exodus.
Yeah, that's the last bit of Exodus. Yeah, literally. Where what did we say? 35.
We started at 30. So the most interesting thing that happened in the last episode was Moses makes the new tablets. He broke the last ones. He dropped them. There's no return policy.
He didn't trip it. He was like, ah.
Yeah.
And
so, and then now he gets all of this information back from God, and now it's 35. We're getting another reminder that if you work on the 7th day, you will die.
Don't freaking do it.
That is, that's intense.
Yeah, I mean,
you die if you work.
They really are trying to rein in the folks here. It's like, hey, we got to live in a straight line this way, and if you deviate, you're cut off completely.
Yeah,
that's how you get people. I mean, it's intense.
You're killed.
It seems really intense, and it's like this is how we get people to follow these rules. Otherwise, people would be like, well, what's the consequence? And I was like, you gotta get kind of whatever, and they're like, all right, okay, well then never mind.
Well, then we'll probably just not do that if we don't want to.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, so I guess the thing is that so many Jewish people that I know are like culturally Jewish. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like they're not religiously Jewish, but nobody is not working on Saturday. Like everybody's doing something.
Well, so that's weird because the way they define work is based on the rules, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you look at a Hasid or whatever, like a lot of people, like they won't turn the lights on because using electricity is work.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, or setting a pot to boil or whatever for the next day. They do it before sundown, so it's simmering or whatever on the Sabbath. Yeah. And it's like the things that they define as work are very odd. One time, I think I've said
no fires.
No fire. You can't make a fire.
No fires in any of your dwellings.
Yeah, you can't have any of that. And it's like my mom one time, Hasid was walking by our place and knocked on the door of my parents' house and said, hey, is your wallet? I think your wallet is in the gutter, like by the sidewalk here. And my mom was like, oh, thank you. And he couldn't go and pick it up and bring it to her and be like, hey, is this yours? Because that was considered work.
So it's really any inconvenience.
It's basically, yeah, but he stopped by the house. That's an inconvenience. He knocked. That's an inconvenience. So I don't know. You know, they have a limited amount of steps that they could make on a Sabbath.
Whoa.
They can't walk past a certain
distance. They got those little pedo counters.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Ting, ting. Oh, no. And they just have to stop where they are.
That's funny.
So it's like, he used up some of his steps to go to my, mom's house and knock. I think my parents are divorced. My parents' house and knock on the door or whatever. So it's like, all right.
I didn't know they had a certain amount of steps.
Yeah. In the New Testament, they say something was a Sabbath day's walk, which is to imply it wasn't very far, because you couldn't really walk very far on the Sabbath.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be considered work.
Yeah, maybe it's like any time you're about to sweat.
Maybe, but that would suck in the Middle East because it's so hot.
Yeah, that's why you couldn't move anyway.
Maybe by the beach you could walk a lot further because you just dip in the water and you like get confused. You could swim as far as you want. It's very refreshing.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But anyways,
so yeah, basically the whole last end of this fucking chapter is just
the construction.
the construction. So all of the information we received about how the tabernacle should be constructed in like 20 through whatever,
yeah.
that is now basically being repeated, but just with action.
Yeah,
verbs.
basically. Yeah, it's basically like saying, "Hey, you should use a 2x4 here," and now it's saying, and the guy he used a 2x4 here.
Yeah,
and so it's like, all right, it's a lot of that. Honestly, when I was going through it again, a lot of it.
I was falling asleep this morning reading this.
Sure, of course. I mean, it was also the morning. I mean, you're tired.
No, when I say morning, I mean about noon.
Oh, yeah, that's not as good. Oh, when I was looking at the headers of if you're reading along with us, the headers of the chapters are actually really helpful. Like you can almost just read that and be like, all right,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
Making the ark, making the table, making the lampstand, making the altar of incense, making the because okay, I'll read just a little bit about it. I'll read an excerpt so you guys can get a taste of this.
Drink a Red Bull and buckle up.
Yeah, drink a Red Bull and do a Clockwork Orange thing to your eyelids. So
it's about to get intense.
Yeah, so you don't cash out here. This is 37 verse 25, making the altar of incense. It's the header that the editors put in. He made the altar of incense of acacia wood. Its length was a cubit, and its breadth was a cubit. It was a square, and 2 cubits was its height. So it's a cube. Its horns were of one piece with it. He overlaid it with pure gold, its top and around its sides and its horns, and he made a molding of gold around it, and made 2 rings of gold on it under its molding, on 2 opposite sides of it, as holders for the poles with which to carry it. And he made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. He made the holy anointing oil also, and the pure fragrant incense blended as by the perfumer.
About 5 chapters.
So now that for 5 chapters.
Yep.
And we're not saying this isn't useful, this isn't helpful.
I am.
I think
I'm 100% saying it isn't.
That's what Grant's saying, and I'm having a hard time disagreeing. But
that's the issue.
But in principle, I have to disagree.
Every single thing in here is good.
Well, it's good. It has a purpose. Do I have the skill to draw out the purpose here? Absolutely not. I am not skilled enough. Here's what I would say the purpose of this is. It's to reflect what Eden looked like a lot of what the temple and tabernacle looked like was a reflection of the Garden of Eden, how God originally made earth for it to be. It's a perfect place, right? Without sin, without any imperfection.
Sure.
So that is what this is. And I think
that's why it requires so much detail. Most
functionally, I think what this does is it's like, whoa, this is a lot of work.
Sure.
Reading this is arduous. Making it is arduous. The sacrifice, what you get into in Leviticus is the sacrifices necessary for you to be good enough to enter this place. It's arduous. It's freaking hard to be good enough to enter a place that is a reflection of God. It's difficult. And I think
for things to survive, it takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work.
Detailed work that is very often not super fun or sexy.
No, because we in our sin need to clean ourselves, and it's freaking difficult, which is why, and again, I know you don't like we don't want to, no spoilers, but jumping to Jesus, that is how hold on. Hold on.
I haven't even met that character yet.
Who's that? Jesus. What's that name? Jesus allows us to enter into this throne room of sorts free of charge. He brings it. We're allowed to enter heaven.
He cleans us.
He's
the last cow we sacrifice.
Exactly. But he's not a cow. If it was a cow, it wouldn't work. He was a perfect man who was God. So, it makes sense. Don't think about
it. You know what would be a funny business? Is a business that makes bags of carrots, but they're really Cheetos. How?
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So
I just replaced the carrot in my mouth with the taste of a Cheeto, and I lost it.
Everyone thinks that you're eating carrots, but you're really hounding it, and they're like, "Wow, that guy's got good eyes."
Whoa, that carrot's
do an entire bag of Cheetos.
How are you eating those so fast? That carrot looked like a gun.
Why? What is that? Carrot dust on your fingers?
Yeah, it's a certain sort of carrot.
They're high quality carrots.
Man, that'd be awesome. Yeah. So Jesus I think when I'm reading this, I'm like, whoa, thank goodness for what Jesus did, so that we don't have to build this. We don't have to follow these rules. I mean, you follow the rules to a degree, but like some of them, like not working on the Sabbath or not doing what this, that, and the other. Like God fulfilled the law, so we're no longer held to the law.
Yeah, Jesus really saved us a lot of time.
So much time, so much stress,
Jesus
so much effort.
He was like a streamlining CEO. He's like a private equity company.
He is the new covenant. We have a new covenant now, and it is under Jesus, and it is to follow him. And
there's a new covenant in town.
There's a new covenant. This town ain't big enough for the two covenants. So he just fulfilled the old one, so that he was the perfect sacrifice, so that we're not beholden to that. And now we have the new covenant, which does have reflections of the old covenant. But it is not nearly as, I've said this word too many times already, but not nearly as arduous. And focuses on love, focuses on the heart's intent, right? Like, I was just reading this, I think Matthew 14. I was just reading this earlier this week, talking about, there's so much in here that's about like eating cleanly. Like, you shall not eat this, you shall not eat that.
That's just because most Jews have Crohn's disease.
No, that's why they had to do that. They're like, hey, listen, this stuff's going to kill you if you eat this way. And Jesus was saying, it's not what enters what enters the body is eaten and then expelled. That's not what's dirty. That's not what's unclean. What's unclean comes from the mouth, because what comes from the mouth comes from your heart ultimately. Like what you say.
Oh, it's not about what you input; it's about what you put out.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And it's like the heart is where cleanliness.
But if you have a tummy ache, you're more likely to say pretty nasty things.
100%. So maybe be smart.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in a situation to make yourself upset.
Yeah.
Like before we did the podcast, I was like, when we were hanging out, I was like, we both got to eat before we do the podcast.
Yeah.
We could not do that.
And we did.
Yeah, we did. And this is a better energy than prior to pod, when we both were like, okay, we got to do this.
You know what they call that in AA?
Oh, what?
Halt. Don't let yourself get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Anytime you're in those areas,
that's like
you're
the
ineffective.
exact scenario in which I go to bed every night.
Halted?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm hungry, alone, lonely, and tired.
Hungry? You did lonely twice.
Yeah, that's how alone I am.
Jesus. Where's the big guy?
I'm alone and lonely. No, that's my one refuge, is that I can pray at night.
Don't get too hungry, angry, lonely, or
Angry,
tired.
that's what it was. Yeah,
That's one of my favorite AA-isms.
That's a great AA-ism. The
It's
angry,
so basic.
Yeah.
But if I am feeling fucked up, and I have, by the grace of God, that saying occurs to me, I usually eat, and I'm almost always feel better, or I make a call, almost always feel better. It's the most effective tool I've ever been.
Dude, let me say this. For the Bible nerds following us, which is 2 of you.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys. For the ones who get annoyed whenever we talk about feet jacking off. There's, I think it's in Ezekiel, a prophet later in scripture, another spoiler, he is struggling deeply with depression. He's very upset. And when he comes out of this deep, deep depression, an angel visits him. And the first thing that an angel does for him is make food.
Yeah.
He's like, eat. You
Sure.
got to eat something.
Yeah.
Like that's what God sent a messenger. And before words, really, before a message,
Yeah.
he gave food.
Yeah.
Because it's
Bag
like
of chips.
your body functions away. You know, like you need this stuff. God made us. He knows what we need, not just spiritually, not just emotionally, but physically.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the first thing. It's like, hey, you're going through the ringer right now. So what do you need? You got maybe a good meal would
Good
be
meal,
actually
maybe a nap,
maybe a nap,
maybe a hug,
probably not a hug. I have to say that.
maybe to work out.
Yeah, maybe a workout, maybe something physical like that. And so
Yeah.
it's like food, halt, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And there's evidences in scripture of like God saying like, yeah, you need to eat. Mm-hmm. You know? So I think that that's a really good point. All of this to say, going through the tabernacle the building of it is wicked difficult, but at the end, that was what I read was the making of the altar of incense. Then there's the making the altar of burnt offering, making the bronze basin, making the court.
Preceding that is making the lampstand, which is the menorah.
Right.
Making the table, making the ark.
I think making the ark was the first one.
Keeping
Ark
up
of
with the
Ark of the Covenant.
Kardashians.
Yeah. Making the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, there's so many makings. Materials for the tabernacle.
Oh, yeah, this one's funny. This is just like a ledger of all the stuff used. Oh, that is one part of it that is I liked, is that all of this is done by people on their own volition, voluntarily donating their shit.
Yes. Yeah.
Donating gold and acacia wood and silver and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they have an account for all of the poundage or shekellage of stuff that's donated, and then all of the people who donated it, which is like 600,000 people.
Yeah.
So
a lot of folks donated, a lot of folks gave. And then there was one dude, what was it? Belazel?
yeah.
Is the fellow who has the skill to make this.
Belazeo. And
So-
Oliab.
And Oliab. Yeah. So these two dudes are like the ones who can make it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the skill, which is so funny because I think we talked about this before, but it's like, how much growing up were they like, oh, I hate training to do this, you know?
Sure.
And then they're like the best at it. And they're probably like, what the hell is this even for?
Yeah.
Covering stuff in gold? This
Yeah.
seems so superfluous.
Seems frivolous, especially if we're going to be moving a lot and making shit heavier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why the hell am I doing? Oh, I'm supposed to make where God lives?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
God
you know?
could have helped him out. Maybe introduce a little carbon fiber. A tabernacle would have been a much...
much lighter and
Yeah.
stronger. Well, I don't know about stronger.
No, super
but-
strong.
Yeah, super strong. Carbon
Yeah.
fiber would have been good.
Carbon fiber tabernacle? Looks like a Lamborghini.
Carbon fiber tabernacle.
Carbon fiber tabernacle? Lamborghini tabernacle?
Lamborghini Mosi. Anyways.
My God, he's so thirsty.
What the
For
heck?
sacrifices.
Sacrifices. Thirsty for
For-
blood. The blood of the oxen.
Yeah, really a big blood guy. Maybe the anti-Hindu.
Did we get blueberry?
This god.
Yeah.
No, that's probably your poop.
No.
Oh, also they have turbans. That part I thought was funny.
Why is that funny?
The priests all have turbans
Yeah.
because it's just not it's not what Judaism looks like now.
Yeah, they just have
Like
big hats.
if we were in Williamsburg and instead of the big $5,000 hats,
Are those hats that much?
well, imagine what they're at full price. Eli
Yeah.
Swing joke.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a great joke.
That is a good joke.
Is that unethical to do what I just did?
No.
I'm appreciating a joke, and I added his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're literally citing your source.
Okay.
If you did the joke and then we're like, my joke, only my joke, no one
sure,
else's
but
joke.
maybe he doesn't want that joke out, I guess is my issue with it.
It was 2 seconds. I'm sure he's okay with it.
Sorry, I'm so worried about morals.
Also
I know you don't
out.
care about-
Also out. What? What? We're 56 minutes into this podcast. No one's
no
listening
one
to this.
listens to it. Yeah, that's okay.
What do you mean out? This is hidden.
Fair.
It's buried.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? This is the last part of Exodus. How long has it taken us to get through Exodus?
A number.
10?
A number. I mean, what number episode?
A
is
number. Yeah. There is an integer we can
There's a
associate.
literal number that applies to this.
I think this is 20. This is 24, and I think we finished Genesis at like 11 or 12.
There's no way that was equal number. There's no shot.
They're both 40 chapters, right?
Yeah, but come on. I mean, there's narrative in this
Yeah,
too.
but we've also started to do this thing where we just don't talk about anything for the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, which annoys my father.
Well, we should add a little skip to thing.
Yeah.
If that helps with retention, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so they build the tabernacle, and then they now that they built it, a cloud comes over it. It fills with fire.
A cloud. God.
Yeah, well, God
God's presence.
articulated as a cloud. Then the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. And Moses was not able to enter the tent of meeting because the cloud settled on it, and the glory of the Lord filled with the tabernacle.
That's really important. That he's not able to enter it.
That's really important what I just did. Throughout all their journeys, whenever the cloud was taken up from over the tabernacle, the people of Israel would set out. But if the cloud was not taken up, then they did not set out till the day that it was taken up. For the cloud of the Lord was on the tabernacle by day, and fire was in it by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel throughout all their journeys. So it stays with them throughout the whole thing.
Through all their journeys, they're wandering in the wilderness, all of this stuff, which is ultimately 40 years.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And that is the glory of the Lord is in the cloud, and they just stay or they leave and they follow him following is the crucial word. If it's there, you don't see Israel just being like, let's go over here instead. Let's leave. They don't leave. They stay with God in that sense.
Okay, yeah, this is where I was a little confused. So when the cloud is not over the thing, when God is not over the tabernacle, they leave.
They follow the cloud.
They just follow. Okay, so they're literally being guided in the direction of the cloud.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, it's like their North Star.
Yes.
Okay.
It's their whatever direction cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was north. Overall.
I'm sure it couldn't be north for all 40 years.
Sure, they weren't going as the boat. They could have just rode the cloud, but
yeah, like Goku.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Exodus.
That's Exodus. Really important note. He is not able to go into the tabernacle.
Oh yeah.
So now it's like, well, what the freaking hell? We built this whole thing and we can't even go in it?
Well, yeah, so you can go into the courtyard and then the high priest can go into the
well, Moses is like the highest priest too.
He's only allowed to go in on Yom Kippur to the Holy of Holies.
So, but the point being, he can't even go in at all at this point.
Sure.
And then in Leviticus, all of Leviticus is talking about how to be cleansed to the point that you can go into it.
Yeah, that's going to be a doozy.
And that's about how you do it and what you need to do. And I think Leviticus is going to be we're going to need to get creative. We could talk on or off air about how that happens, because there's a part of me that wants to phone it in and be like, let's just skip Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, or like let's do
the entire rest of
one
the
thing
Old
for
Testament?
Deuteronomy. No, because then you have Joshua, then you get back to narrative.
Oh, okay.
And then you get back to the narrative.
Oh, you're saying one thing on each.
Part of me is saying, well, let's 40,000 feet over Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, because it's so like little narrative and is so law based.
I like that.
I'm thinking maybe, but a part of me is like, nah.
We should go through it piece by piece.
Maybe not piece by piece, but like let's step up altitude wise a little bit.
If you made it this far, let us know.
Yeah, dear Lord.
I mean,
yeah,
there's just no way.
Frankly, you're the one person that could dictate whatever we do with this.
Yeah, how about you steer the ship?
Yeah, how do you steer this damn ship? They're like, stop, take your socks off.
Just end it and pull your socks off. Well, let's say that's not an option for now.
That's not an option right now.
Maybe if you put some money on the table, we'll see.
And we are financially destitute enough.
Or I don't even need that last part.
It's not going to be an option. But for me, I maintain my scruples.
Good for you.
I have scruples.
I have no scruples.
And I keep them.
Here's what I got. Tiny little.
Come on, get it out. I'm editing this week. I'm blurring that.
That's fine.
I
bet they like that.
I don't even know how to blur.
You know they like the socks.
Yeah, I know. Which, frankly, I mean, I hate raw feet personally.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
Any last final thoughts on Exodus?
It was crazy long ago that we were talking about the plagues, that we were talking about. Now, not only are they not enslaved, they're free, and they're figuring out how to spend time with their creator in a specific way, free of Egypt and all of their gods. This is the beginning of building the space through which they can, or in which they can spend time with God.
That is actually interesting, is like the life cycle of like breaking free of whatever is possessing you, and them it's a literal dictatorship, right?
Yeah.
But this is kind of another thing in like your life, is like you break free of this thing that possesses you, and now that you're open in this free space, what do you need to do? You need to be pretty fucking rigid about what you're going to do, because in the freedom, there's a lot of space to meander and fuck up and waste a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Or get into another point of chains, become enslaved to a different thing.
Yeah, when you get free of your devil, you clean your room, you clean your house, and the devil comes back sevenfold, is what Jesus says.
Yeah. It's funny. You get really the beginning is really exciting, and you're kind of guided by the excitement of the narrative.
Yeah.
But the end is really hard to get through, but it's the most important thing.
Yeah. Now it's like, how do we ground ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we now continue to live in this freedom that we've been given?
Yeah.
Because you can't be free without rules. That sounds counterintuitive, but you can't be free without a set of guidelines that tell you how to maintain your freedom.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you don't have that, then you're going to become a slave to whatever else. You're going to become a slave to your impulses. You're going to become a slave to whatever.
Yeah.
In order to live in a truly free way, we need guidance.
Yep. I agree. And also remember how much they forgot. Remember, give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
They had the guy parting seas and killing babies on their side, and they still were like, well, what if we did the golden calf thing now that we don't have?
Remember that.
Keep getting back into it,
Yeah.
Keep trying and
keep returning to that.
Keep returning to that.
The fact that God, not only, you might give up on God, but God does not give up on you.
No, he don't.
So remember, however bad you messed up, the second you turn around, he's right there.
He's always behind you, lurking.
Waiting.
With
open arms.
Yes.
Because he loves you.
Yes.
He loves you.
Okay, well,
All
this
right.
has been another episode of
Call Him Father.
And it was fun. We'll see.
Yeah, it was good. Talk to you later.
Bye.